Hey everybody, so we're just doing a little, I don't want to say little, but a tutorial series, kind of, on a 2D Pokemon style kind of Animal Crossing game. Now, it's not Pokemon in the sense that the battles are instanced, but it's real-time battle and things like that, but the point is you've got all those kind of like mob creatures that are coming around, you can like tame them and stuff like that, so it is that idea. And then it's Animal Crossing with the houses and the decorations, and it's all that idea too with interactivity. So this is going to be a very simple 2D game, not super graphically intensive, nothing like that. We do need artists. This is just a little side series, so it's nothing. It'll be like eventually released open source. You guys can do whatever you want with it, mod it, do whatever you want. But we do need an artist for this show because I don't have that much art, or any art that much at all. So we will need artists for this, but this is in this is in C# and XNA. We're doing C# because it's high level, it's relatively easy to understand. Don't need anything. We don't need C++. It's not really that complex of a game. It's not graphically intensive. It's not doing anything really weird. So it's really easy. XNA is absolutely fine for that. XNA is a dead, framework, but we are using XNA 4.0 refresh, which is the latest one. But it's absolutely fine for what we're doing. So just going into it, we have a couple things already done. The Screen Manager system, some other little things here and there. We will kind of go over those already. I'll go over them like a little bit in each tutorial for the first few tutorials, and then we'll move on from there. The Screen Manager is basically from another tutorial series, since it's really boring to write Screen Managers. They're not fun. And it's not that hard, but you can also do like a really simple switch, just a really simple switch statement Screen Manager with this whole menu item component class, and just that, and that'll act as your Screen Manager. But this is a little bit nicer in the long term, so we're going to use this. The link for that tutorial will be in the series description, because that goes into it more in depth, so that's nice. Starting out, we're just going to go over the screen class in this tutorial. Mostly because this is the base. This is like your menus, your levels are all screens, so that's really like a rudiment thing. So just starting with it, let's touch over a couple things. Let's see, drawable game component, that's a nice XNA thing. Actually, no, it's all good. So we're just using the framework and the content because we're going to be calling some things from XNA. It's an abstract class. So first we're creating a list of game components, calling it child components. List is exactly what it sounds like. It's a list of things. Those things are game components. Content manager, and that's an XNA thing for content managing, obviously. Game 1 is just a reference to our game. So in our constructor, we're taking a game, that's whatever, that's the game, that window. And then we're initializing child components and game reference, so we're creating a new list of game components right there. And we're also creating our game reference, and we're typecasting game 1 to it. We're making a get method also for our list, so we can get all the members, which is necessary later. Initialize, this XNA thing. Update, very cool. This is an interesting, important method. So for each method, very easy, a little bit simpler than a for method, but a little bit more resource intensive, just a little bit. For each, very interesting. Game component, so it's saying for each game component, so this is a class, right? And then this is a variable, or an instance of that class, and this is our list. So for each game component in this list, we're going to go up to each one and say, if you are enabled, then update. So you're just going, so if it was a list of people, a bunch of people lined up in a row, you just go up to the first person. Hey, are you enabled? No? Move on. Are you enabled? Yes. Okay, update! You move on. It's really simple. Public overvoid draw. Once again, we're just creating a drawable game component, and then we're going through the list and saying, hey, each game component in the list of child components. And we're going, if the component is a drawable game component, so if we can draw it, if it's something that you have to draw on the screen, then we say draw component. So we're taking this, the one we just created a little bit ago, and we're setting whatever we're in, whatever component we're on in the list, as a drawable game component. So it's kind of like typecasting. So basically what that would be is like this component right here, that'd basically be like the index in a regular for loop. And then we're saying if it's visible, if it needs to be drawn, then draw it. So, a little bit of efficiency there. Protected virtual void screen change. This is just a way to kind of detect. It's an event. So if you know anything about GUIs, it's kind of similar to that. It's like we're always searching for something that's like, okay, did this button get clicked? It's kind of like that. So if an event occurred and it's this screen, then we're going to show it, and also we're going to hide it. So the show and hide methods are very simple. We're just going up to each one. So this is once again screen, so we're going into screen area. Visible and enabled are true automatically. So for each game component in the child components, we're going to say, hey, you are now enabled, and you are a drawable game component, and we're setting you to visible, so you can be drawn and updated and things. And then hide is just the complete polar opposite. Set everything to false. Visible, enabled, false. The components in the list are set to false, and the visible is also set to false. So the next tutorial we will move on to Screen Manager, which keeps track of all the screens, and you'll be creating an instance of that in your main game class that XNA generates. Start menu is a screen that keeps track of your start menu, and this main world is what I called the first level. Now, if you want to see what it looks like when you run it once you get past the whole Screen Manager tutorial part, it looks like this. These aren't the final images, nowhere near it. These are just random filler images that I have of like anime and things that I like to use when I don't have any actual art. So later on we will have a background on the start menu that's just basically a natural level, no players, so the mobs are just walking around and stuff, and they might attack each other and things like that. So if we just run it, then you'll see, oh look, animagic, and you got all these options. So you got new game, load game options, exit, very simple, just drawing some text to the screen. Changes when you have it selected. So load game brings you to this, and you just press escape. You're out of there. So very simple. So continue on to the next tutorial. If you want to, subscribe, like, dislike the videos if you liked it, and then don't forget to just keep on watching, and I'll see you guys.